What is up, Who Dat Nation? Listen closely because the landscape of the NFC South might just shift in a heartbeat today. We are talking about a move that could turn our offense into an absolute nightmare for every defensive coordinator in the league. You do not want to miss a single second of this update because things are moving fast behind the scenes at the Superdome. Before we dive into this massive development, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Stay locked in with the most passionate Saints community on the entire internet right now. Brandon Ayuk is the name on everyone's lips today as rumors swirl that the New Orleans Saints should be burning up the phone lines with the San Francisco 49ers right this minute to secure his elite services. Look, we all know the situation out in the Bay Area has turned sour, and the word is that the Niners are ready to move on from their star playmaker before the 2026 season even kicks off. Reports from insiders like Matt Barrows and Vic Tafur suggest a complete breakdown in communication between the player and the organization, which opens a massive window of opportunity for Mickey Loomis to strike. Ayuk is currently a 28-year-old game-changer who has proven he can be a legitimate number one receiver when he is utilized correctly in a dynamic system. While San Francisco says they will not release him for nothing, they also do not owe him any guaranteed money until September 1st, which means the leverage is shifting as we speak. The Saints are currently being named as a top landing spot because this team desperately needs a true complement to our current weapons. Imagine the speed and the route running coming together to create a passing attack that nobody can stop. Bleacher Report has already labeled us as one of the 5 best fits for this explosive athlete because the front office is looking to make a splash that brings real juice back to New Orleans. We are talking about a guy who caught 75 passes for over 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns just a season ago. Even in a limited 2024 campaign where he only played 7 games, the talent was undeniable. The suggestion is simple but bold. New Orleans should offer a late-round draft pick right now to avoid a massive bidding war if he eventually hits the open market. This is a low-risk, high-reward scenario that could define the next 3 years of Saints football. But why is this specific timing so vital for our roster construction? And who is the person that benefits the most from this potential arrival? There is a deeper layer to this story involving our leadership that you haven't considered yet. Stick around because what we found out about the internal strategy will leave you absolutely stunned as the clock keeps ticking on this deal. Tyler Show is the man who holds the keys to the kingdom, and the reason why this pursuit of elite talent is so critical right now. When we look at the direction the Saints are heading, it is clear that the front office believes they have found their franchise quarterback in him. Now the mission is simple. Surround the young signal caller with every weapon possible to ensure his success in this league. Mo Moton pointed out that, while the team already secured Travis Etienne Jr. to keep the ground game rolling, the missing piece is a reliable number 2 receiver who can stretch the field. Tyler Show needs a guy who can win one-on-one battles consistently, so he can showcase that massive arm strength and those tight window throws we saw in college. Some fans might be looking at veterans like Keenan Allen because of the connection to Kellen Moore back in Los Angeles, but the youth and explosive nature of this current opportunity fits the timeline of our quarterback much better. We are talking about building a long-term dynasty here, not just a one-year wonder. Tyler Show has the accuracy to hit those deep downfield threats that open up the entire playbook for Coach Moore. If the Saints can pull this off, it takes the pressure off the existing stars and lets the offense play with a level of freedom we haven't seen in years. Think about the chemistry that could develop during training camp between a hungry quarterback and a wideout looking for a fresh start. History shows that when this franchise invests in high-level weapons for their quarterbacks, the results usually lead to deep playoff runs. The front office knows that wasted years are not an option in the Big Easy. We have seen how stagnant things can get when the passing lanes are clogged because there isn't a secondary threat. By focusing on the development of Tyler Show, the Saints are making it clear that they are in win-now mode while also keeping an eye on the future. This isn't just about one player, it is about a total offensive philosophy shift that starts with the quarterback and ends with a trophy. The connection between the signal caller and his targets is the heartbeat of this team. If they don't act now, they risk leaving their biggest investment out to dry in a very competitive division. The numbers don't lie, and when you look at the production over the last few years, the impact is undeniable for any team lucky enough to land this talent. Back in 2022, we saw a performance of 78 catches for over 1,000 yards and 8 scores. That was followed by a massive 2023 where the yardage jumped to 1,342. We are talking about 2 back-to-back seasons of elite production, and 4 total seasons with at least 740 yards. These aren't just empty stats, these are game-winning plays. Now let us look at the scenarios for our New Orleans Saints. Scenario 1 is the aggressive trade. We give up a late-round pick, maybe a 5th or a 6th, and we secure the rights immediately. This prevents a crazy free agency sweepstakes where the price tag could skyrocket. Scenario 2 is the waiting game. We wait for a potential release, but then we have to compete with teams like the Chiefs or the Ravens who are always looking for more firepower. That is a dangerous game to play if you are Mickey Loomis. Scenario 3 is the what if where we stay pat and rely on the current roster. But does that really help our quarterback reach his ceiling? Probably not. The analytics show that having 2 receivers who can both demand double teams increases the completion percentage of the quarterback by nearly 15% on intermediate routes. That is the difference between a stalled drive and a touchdown in the red zone. If we pair this move with the existing ground game of Travis Etienne, the Saints would rank in the top 10 for projected offensive EPA. The data suggests that the window for this specific trade is closing fast, because other teams are starting to realize the 49ers might actually pull the trigger sooner than expected. If the Saints can keep the cap hits manageable through some clever restructuring, which we know Loomis is the king of doing, then this becomes a no-brainer for the organization. Imagine the play-action possibilities when the defense has to worry about a deep threat on every single snap. It opens up the middle of the field and makes the job of the offensive line so much easier. The statistics are screaming for this move to happen. The question isn't whether the talent is there, it is whether the Saints are willing to be the most aggressive team in the room to make it a reality before training camp breaks. Look, as an insider who lives and breathes Saints football, this is the kind of all-in move that defines an era. We've seen this team play it safe recently, and it has left us hovering around mediocrity. It is time to bring that swagger back to New Orleans. Getting a guy like this isn't just about the catches, it's about the message it sends to the rest of the league. We are building a powerhouse around our new quarterback, and we aren't afraid to take a calculated risk. The 49ers are essentially giving us a gift by letting things deteriorate this far. If we can snag a 1,000-yard receiver for a late-round pick, it's the heist of the century. I've watched the tape, and the way this guy separates from elite corners is exactly what we've been missing since the prime years of our previous legends. He brings a verticality that makes every other player on the field better. Chris Olave would feast with less attention on him. Kellen Moore would have the ultimate chess piece. This is the splash pickup that brings the juice back to the dome. We need to stop waiting for maybe and go get a definitely. My take? Loomis needs to finish this deal before the sun goes down. We have the pieces, we have the coach, and now we just need that one extra spark to ignite the entire city. It is time to win, and it starts with this trade. This is a massive turning point for the black and gold, and I want to hear from every single one of you in the comments right now. Do you think a late-round pick is enough to steal this star from San Francisco, or should we offer even more to make sure nobody else gets him? Is he the missing piece to a Super Bowl run with our new quarterback? Let me know your thoughts down below, because I read every single one of them. We are building something special here, and your voice is a huge part of this journey. If you love the Saints as much as I do, show some love by smashing that like button and sharing this video with every Who Dat fan you know. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join the family, and let's ride this wave all the way to the postseason together. We've got more breaking news and deep dives coming your way every single day, so stay tuned. Thank you for the incredible support and for being the best fans in the NFL. I will see you all in the next one. Go Saints!